I have information that could lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Alright, well, Andrew's out of the clip. Hi, folks. Welcome back to Jack 3. This time it's just me and Andrew, thank God.
On God. My hands are not currently acclimated in any one game. Like, I've been playing Ape Escape, but I've played that so much growing up that my hands don't have to be acclimated for it. It's weird, that game actually controls... Well, okay, I'd be curious if I handed it to somebody who never played it, how naturally it seems to flow, because it controls don't bother me, but that may be because I've been playing the game off and on since, what, 1999, 2000? Oh, 2000.
Yeah. So, if you wonder why the previous session was shorter, that's honestly because I was trying to get, like, Nathan and Bradley going off the walls of what they're doing, and I was like, okay, I got this thing. Yeah. You know, I mean, like, we got at least an hour in it. And I was able to make 3 videos out of it, so... They were going way too off the walls, and honestly, for a while, I actually thought that they were trying to play like porn on there.
They would have.
Oh yeah, they would have. I mean, thankfully, it was something that's on YouTube.
The official stance of this channel is porn is cringe and destructive.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about it. There's only a negative. Only distorts your mind.
Only like kind of.
That too, but that's the context of it.
Yeah. Anyway. Vehicular destroyed.
Let's see. Yeah, so I got an old fat PS3, not the first model. I would love to have found a first model PS3, but a second model from 2008. That PS3 is missing some parts, like parts of the shell. Someone's definitely opened it before. It's scuffed up. It's got dirt, but it turns on. And we try to modify it. And hey, for $20, I can't complain. So I'm gonna get some stuff I need to get. For one, I need a good table for this kind of stuff. How did I almost do this again?
Unless you do it.
I'm trying to get some juice. We're gonna go juice. Yeah, one of my buddies showed me something that we went to mod his PS3 today. Cleaned it up, replaced the CMOS battery and the fan, or not the fan. CMOS battery, we applied new thermal paste and all kinds of stuff. We got everything a lot cleaner. And we joked, we said, it would be funny if I could find a PS3 to mod, because I've got a regular one, but it would be nice to mod. Lo and behold, we went to a local second-hand store, and there it was, PS3 for $20. And so, yeah, we... Cat. So I've got to get a little table for better working on that kind of stuff. I've got to get, there's this magnetic mat that's got a grid on it. You can write on the mat with like a marker, felt tip marker. And it's basically a way for you to write down the different screws and instructions and whatever else.
Yeah.
And since it's magnetic, it holds the screws in place.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool.
So
Well, alright.
So I just found out that Soylent Green is people.
What a weird yet interesting sci-fi. There were a lot of weird sci-fis in the 70s. Like a lot of like goofiness. Like yeah, you kind of started bringing things together with Star Wars. But in terms of you know, it was along the line of those like environmental disaster sci-fis that the 70s had. You had that one. You had, what was it called, Population Zero or Birth Rate Zero. Yeah. Basically, it was like people were encouraged to not have kids, report pregnant women, that kind of thing. You know, one of those weird, like, oh, the world's becoming overpopulated type of sci-fis, which are always interesting movies. I mean, even Soylent Green was like good. It was the way it touched on the greenhouse gases. I kind of wish that like they're like, oh, with the scientists' magical machines, they made the world hotter, and I'm kind of like, I want to know what machines they're talking about. That sounds interesting.
You know, it's funny, like, what was it? The book that Soylent Green was based on. Let's see, what?
Make room, make room.
Yeah. What was it called? Excuse me. What was the? How many people were in the world, and they said it was overpopulated?
Oh, like 7 billion?
Ooh, yeah.
Sweet. Seems said they lost
like,
an expedition of monks.
There's 8 billion
I bet
people
they
on Earth
built
right
these
now.
gliders to reach the top.
Yeah, lost being the operative word. If they vanished, don't you think that was a
Oh, I
sign?
found a
Hello?
thing on
Yeah,
Twitter
but
today.
you've got me. All we have to do
And
is hit
it
those
was-
accelerator rings and we're
It's one of those
golden.
like, oh my gosh, right now,
no.
look over
See any feathers
rates
here?
and
Looks
somewhere
like
or the
fur to
other, or
me.
this
No
high, and blah,
feathers,
blah, blah.
no
And I
flag,
just
Daxter.
commented with
There's
the
no
picture
way
of the black
you're gonna
kid.
get me
It's like,
on some
damn, I
precursor monk
kind of
crap.
don't care.
Absolutely zippo chance. Forget it. Finito. Fat chance. Not gonna happen. Nope. Nuh-uh. Never. Jack!
I used to hate this mission. It might be one of those. I can't remember for sure. It might be one of those. Sometimes I win it first try. Sometimes it takes me multiple. I can't remember. Maybe it takes me a couple of tries.
What's the name of that Naughty Dog game that had the rings? Yeah, Rings of Power. My mind would want to tell me it wasn't Rings of Power because of the freaking Lord of the Rings bastardization.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So I got a second cat, so that's cool. Yeah, trying to get him acclimated. He's ready to meet my first cat. She's not. Every time she smells him on me, she hisses. You might get it. She's a feisty, spicy little girl. So
Yeah.
here in about a week or so, I'm just gonna open up my bedroom door, which is where I'm keeping the other cat, and we're gonna see what happens.
He's not keeping him in his bedroom, just in his bedroom door.
Shut up.
Just like-
Yeah, but I've got a little water dish and some food and a litter box for him, which thank goodness, since he came out of the shelter, he's A, already spayed and has his shots, and B, he already has, you know what I mean. He's already fixed.
Yeah.
And what's really nice is that since he's been in the shelter, he's litter box trained. So he has not peed on in my carpet or anything like you did.
Oh yeah, where the first night you had her, she peed on you.
She peed on me. He's sitting there, all of a sudden I just start feeling a warm spot, and it's Yuna's peed on me. Thank goodness she only did that one time. I basically kept, throughout the day, I just kept putting her into the litter box until she got the hint.
Oh yeah.
What's neat is like cats. If you get a new cat in your home, they've already been litter box trained, like if you got them from a shelter or something.
Yeah.
You basically just reset their programming by just one time picking them up and putting them in the litter box, and they just know to go. It's weird. It's like you just configure the cat.
Sylvester seemed like he just knew to go to the litter box.
Yeah, which is weird because he was a stray. I wonder if
Yeah.
maybe he once lived in a home and got used to it once.
He could have.
So I played Tomba 2 again, and I still don't know if I like it or the first one more. There's a lot I really liked
Now we
about
can't go
Tomba
back
2.
the way we came.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
I honestly thought, I
behind
wish
you,
it was
partner.
longer. I
Far
wish
behind you.
there had been about, like, there's a stronger story in that one. I wish there had just been more pigs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was only like, what, 2 or 3 left.
Yeah, there were 7 evil pigs and the 8th evil pig in the first one. But the problem is, like the battles are better. The boss battles are definitely better in Toma 2. There's more going on. It's still easy, probably easy. But, you know, you have to throw each pig 3 times. The final boss is like 5 times.
Yeah.
I do like how the final boss is the evil pig from the first one. Like, that's pretty cool, and I think they did a great 3D rendition of him. I do like how some of the audio was mixed up. Like, there's a woman in Circus Town, and the voice is like this.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
mad. They just flat out did the wrong recording.
Ooh, that leaper lizard could come in handy.
Which is weird because they would have had notes. That's a translated game. Let me see here. Toma 2 is always fun. I couldn't completely 100% it because I didn't go to get 100%. Like you get the chest at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Even if you beat every mission,
Yeah.
you have to do the unlock thing, which the way that works in Toma 2, once you get the collector, which you get earlier in the game, into the temple, and you brought the chosen mouse, and you brought the whatever the birds are. Once you brought the birds,
Yeah.
you can place the reflector plate in a certain spot in the temple, and you can, if you have beaten Tomba 1, at least certain missions,
Yeah.
it unlocks like 4 or 5 more missions for you, where like the 100-year-old man returns, the flower seeds from the boy in the dwarf village return, and there's a couple others.
Huh.
You have to beat those, and then you can get the adventurer's chest you see at the end of the game.
Huh.
So I've not done that yet. I could just beat Tomba 1 again. I don't want to do it another time.
Yeah. I just looked at the picture because I don't think I've ever seen him in the game. He looks like the 3D version of him. Like he.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Well.
I actually kind of liked the graphics they had in Tomba 2. They were charming and stylized. Back here.
Of course, we're not so nostalgic that if they made a new one, they were like, we don't like this one, even if it's like an exact thing, but with modern graphics, you know. It would just depend on how they did it.
I'll be interested to see how the limited run games version ends up.
I know with Croc, got delayed to this year. I know with Croc, they, you know, Jack 2 probably would have started you a while back.
Objection starts and you're in Damas's palace and you had just, like, gotten there.
Yeah.
Like if this were, what the heck? Okay, if I could stop being retarded for a second. But basically, yeah, Jack 2's would be, basically, if you die at all, you basically just have to start the game over.
Yeah.
It's like Rygar on NES. Die 3 times and you,
That's not fun.
oh, come on.
We all know why.
That's cheap.
We all know why the old days of the NES and Sega Genesis and all that didn't really have to save all that much, or they have made their games really hard.
So you get your money's worth.
Yeah. I mean, like they probably weren't capable. Most of them
Oh,
weren't.
come on.
Most of them weren't capable of having way more to them, like we can now.
Yeah, you had a very limited. Oh, what the heck? Sorry, I got distracted by Sylvester. He was getting out of my lap.
Excuses. Of course, nowadays we've had some problems with like too many games trying to be open world and have 80 hours, and
I just want to go back to a world of the modest, like 12 to, the modest 12 to 18 hour game. That's all I want, just a game, like Devil May Cry. Okay, maybe 10 hours. Just no open world. I want a nice linear or level by level, either one. I don't mission based. You know, if you want to think of one that did it well, or okay, well, I guess Ratchet & Clank isn't an open world. That's all I need in a game. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a place for nice long games. I thought Dragon Quest XI was fantastic.
Well, RPGs is where it's where it's more acceptable.
You know,
Wait
Zelda
here.
games.
I'll be back.
Yeah, or like adventure games like that. Yeah, Tomba. Gen Z upset about TikTok ban for 4.3 seconds, which is the maximum amount of time where you can focus on something thanks to TikTok.
Yes. Speeding woman on cocaine kills drunk driver high on meth in North Las Vegas. Police say it was skill-based matchmaking. I want Tom Holland to report so many illegals I'll never have to enter. Press 1 for English again. That's terrible, and I love it. These are basically the Crash Bandicoot parts.
Oh yeah,
But it's like Crash 1 rules, where you can only like jump and spin. The only difference is you can double jump.
yeah.
Double jump.
And you didn't get that until you unlocked it.
Sylvester.
Sylvester. Apparently there's a lot of Sonic, like, conspiracy theories around Sonic, like, you know, in the games, outside the games, and all that. Where, like, you know, there's just interesting ones. Obviously, a lot of them, or all of them, are probably either not true or very exaggerated.
Sonic.exe was based on a real event.
I don't mean game theory.
Okay, I double pressed X, but I guess it couldn't believe.
Just so you know. But anyway, so there's one theory that, if you know about the development of Sonic Extreme, what we've heard,
Sonic Extreme.
it was a canceled Sega Saturn song. It would have been like an actual original Sonic game on the Saturn. Not just one where
What the
like.
heck? Why did I get thrown back?
Let's see, the only Sonic games that are on the Sega Saturn, that were on the Sega Saturn were, let's see.
Sonic Jam.
Yes. Sonic Jam, Sonic Jam, Sonic 3D Blast. It had like a different style to it, but like it was Sonic 3D Blast. It's basically the same game, but there's some differences though. Special things is different, but anyway. Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic R. It's not the version we played, we grew up on with, or we sort of grew up on with, Jim's Collection. On Jim's Collection, that was a PC version.
Probably had more.
Yeah, because if you look at a Saturn version, you can definitely tell, like, you should be glad that we got a PC. Anyway, that's on there. As far as I know of, I think that's it. You had Sonic. You might have had some. Maybe
Did we get Sonic 96?
Yes.
The prequel to 06.
Yes.
Sonic 06 was actually the long-awaited sequel to Sonic 96.
Yes. But anyway.
You can thank me later, Jack.
But yeah, like, those were like the only games I can think of right now. And let's see. Sonic Jam has probably the most originalness to it, but even that, it's still a compilation of the first four, I guess, Sonic games.
So what is it? Sonic 1, 2, 3, and
Knuckles.
Oh, and Knuckles.
Yes. And for some, I don't want to get too far into it. I'll be terrible. But like,
cover up the.
Anyways, well, Sonic Extreme was going to be Sega Saturn's original Sonic game. Like, it was going to be, you know, one of the reasons to buy a Sega Saturn. It didn't look like it was going to be all that great, looking back, but it was still going to be cool looking. Would have been interesting. The development of that went through absolute hell. The developers went through absolute hell. and then they ended up having to cancel the game anyway. So I never got it finished. Well, there's a conspiracy theory that Yuji Naka, the co-creator of Sonic, was kind of involved in getting it canceled. I mean, the conspiracy is that he was hired by Nintendo to purposely get it canceled so that Mario wouldn't have competition. But then Crash Bandicoot. But anyway. But yeah.
Do I have to do everything?
What about how there's a fast cutscene mode and a slow cutscene thing? Like, when you can unlock that?
I guess I don't remember.
It was kind of a minor difference. You know, faster version a little more high pitched, and slower version a little more lower pitched. And you know, obviously went a little. It only went like a little slower and a little quicker, you know. But anyway, so yeah.
You can't double jump.
It's not on the slide.
Sounds like Rayman.
Yeah. Rayman 2.
What the heck?
Rayman 2. The character Rayman 2 running.
I need like Temple Run, but the Rayman version.
Rayman? Well, they did have a rabbit version, basically.
What, Temple Run?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it was an endless runner that had the rabbits. It actually wasn't that bad. It was one of those endless runners, but they weren't, well, it was a level-based thing, but it was like you couldn't stop it. Yeah. I guess you could say it was almost like a watered-down Sonic and Secret Rings type of thing, except you couldn't go back at all. Anyway. But yeah, there's some like conspiracy theories, and there's some like in-game universe stuff, like where it's like you have let's see, like Sonic doesn't age and all that, about why he doesn't age, or the timeline keeps resetting or something like that because of the emeralds or something. My own theory is the reason they don't age is because the emeralds are involved in the time stones and all that. I don't know how they are, but they are. That's my theory, and because it's my theory, it's actually a fact.
My own conspiracy is they don't care about timeline.
Well, multiverse.
Other than, like, you know, freaking Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Sonic X Shadow.
Sonic X Gener Shadow-rations? Yeah, it's Sonic X Gener Shadow-rations.
Yes. Sonic X Shadow Generation.